Everybody, good morning and welcome to week 4. This week is all about planning, prepping, and giving feedback to one another. So I've posted in our Moodle the key tasks for the week, but sometimes it helps to hear them as well as see them. So let me run through those real quickly with you. First thing I'd like you guys to do is to recognize that there are no assigned readings for the week. The readings that you will be doing are of one another's posts, and those are going to be very important for you to pay attention to. So on our tasks for the week, the first task is to post at least 2 course objectives that you have for your Moodle class. I would highly recommend posting at least a couple objectives from the very early part of your week so that you can feel confident and comfortable with the feedback that you're getting on those. After you post your objective, the second thing I want you to post after that is your key strategies that you plan on using to meet those objectives. So what instructional strategy are you going to be using? I want to remind you that those instructional strategies should be primarily from the work that we've been reading throughout the summer so far, especially that article from last week, the 50, or 2 weeks ago actually, the 50 instructional strategies. Last week I asked you guys to review 3 to 5 of those and post a review if you thought that would be helpful. Word of warning here, I didn't make it a required posting, and so I only had a few of you post things. You may want to consider that when you ask students to post. It's totally fine. I know you guys are getting overwhelmed at this point, so that's why I didn't require the posting. But if you don't require something, students won't make time to post it. They don't have time to do it, so they can't make time to do it if you don't make it a required posting. The third thing that I want you to post in that forum is the assessment that you plan on using to check student progress. So what I've done is I've started the forum posts for you, and I've put an example in you objective from our 327 class and the tasks that we've done and the instruction that I've tried to give, as well as the assessments that have been in progress. I want everyone to post their objectives by Tuesday at 6 o'clock tomorrow. The reason for that, you should already have those objectives written. We worked all last week on making our objectives clear and measurable. And so when we made those clear and measurable, I gave you feedback, and you should have revised those. So these should be already ready to go and just need to be posted. And so I did post an example, as I said, to model the kinds of things that you should have in that post. Right, so after everyone posts by Tuesday, then our job as a class is to read those posts and for each of us to give specific kinds of feedback to at least 2 of our classmates. This is that idea from our very first reading of how we build cognitive presence in the forum. This is going to be very important for everyone to give good feedback to one another. And you know what that kind of feedback is. It's the kind of feedback that you want from your, that you want about your own work. So the reason that it's going to be very important that you give one another good feedback is I begin teaching another course this week. That's a 3-week intensive for graduate students, and that course meets Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday nights from 4:30 to 9:30 p.m. and all day on Saturday. So I'm not going to be physically present or virtually present for that matter during the middle of the week. So I will be checking in and I will be giving feedback, but you all need to provide that feedback with one another. And I want you to have your feedback to your peers by no later than Thursday at 6 p.m. That will give us a chance then to look at that kind of feedback that we're working on and make any significant changes we need to our lesson plans that we're going to turn in Friday. Friday this week, you have your first week of your Westfield unit due, lesson plans, and create the Moodle content for that. I have it scheduled to be in by midnight. If you can do it earlier, I would be grateful for that. I'm not going to push you to do it any earlier, but again, I'm going to be very busy in the middle of the week with teaching another class, and I want to be able to guide you if necessary there. So the earlier you can get your lesson plans in, the better. Now here's a word about the lesson plans. You're using the template that you should be relatively familiar with by now. They're posted, those templates are posted in last week's work. What I don't want you to do is get all caught up in the lesson plan template and the format of that. Your lesson plan should be a clear reflection of what's going to happen in your Westfield class. And so the content that you're creating on your Moodle site is accessible to both Rebecca and I. And what I want to see is a clear connection between those two things. Each one of the lesson plan templates is content specific and requires you to think about your content objectives and your content language there. That's what I'm interested in for the lesson plans. I know that your Moodle site will have all of the content that you need it to have. So I will have access to it, but your lesson plan should match up neatly with what you have in your Moodle site. So if you're freaking out and starting to stress about the way your lesson plan looks, just go back to your Moodle site, see how you've set that up, see what you've put in there, and then make sure that your lesson plan reflects that. So it walks me through what I'm seeing in your Moodle site and why I'm seeing it there. So don't let the lesson plan template dictate how you're feeling about what you're planning. That lesson plan template is for me as the evaluator to understand why you've put the content, where you've put it, why you've selected the standards that you're selecting. So I know that you won't be able to say much about student strengths and student challenges because you don't know the students yet. So I'm not concerned about that kind of thing. What I'm concerned about is that your lesson plan matches up with what I'm seeing in your Moodle. So that is our plan for this week. Hopefully you're feeling confident and comfortable with the direction that your unit is going. Gave feedback for all of those throughout the week and made some suggestions, but now is the time you are going to collaborate as co-teachers in this process and give each other feedback too. Rebecca and I will be looking at them and jumping into the conversation, but just like we talked about in that very first week, it is important that you guys see yourselves as capable, confident, and powerful in doing this process, because you're going to be doing this for ED 433 next semester and into student teaching. So it's important that you start seeing yourselves and your peers as good resources. If you have questions for us, I would prefer that you post questions on the Moodle site rather than emailing me directly, just so the questions can be addressed in case everybody has that and just hasn't asked yet. I will check the email, but I want you to make sure that you're posting those in our forum so other people can benefit from the answers. All right. Good luck. Have a good week and get your content going. It's about time to get started. Okay. Thanks, guys. Talk to you soon.